You mentioned Liverpool. If he stays another year at Palace and then joins Liverpool and Salah leaves, you would probably say over the next 2 years who's going to be better. If you were to be honest,
that's a different debate.
You're Liverpool, you would probably say Liverpool, right?
Yeah, that's a different debate because I could argue that Liverpool could stagnate or go down in the league.
But it isn't. It isn't a different.
There's no data to back that up.
Hang on. Sorry, but it isn't a different. Let me just premise it isn't a different debate. I disagree with Paddy. I think he'll leave, but I'm saying his point holds water because who do you generally think in 2 seasons' time is going to be the better team, Chelsea or Liverpool, in your honest opinion?
Chelsea.
Okay. There we go.
So,
but see, you're talking. That is
my point. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
there's no logic to back that. Though.
Let me land my point, yeah, because you understand if you listen. My point is that we're on the assumption that Chelsea will stay the same and get worse, and that Liverpool will stay the same or get better. Why can't they be the other way around? Then you'll tell me because Liverpool have a track record of improving their teams, etc. The key difference is the manager. There's no proof that this manager is any better than mine. He's playing Netherlands, Managerial Championship. By the by, there's no proof that with that team he's going to improve the team, challenge for the leagues in 2 years' time. By the way, not 1 year, 2 years.
Yeah. Cheers. So I get your point, but nobody has sat here and said that it's a guarantee that Chelsea stay where they are or a guarantee that Liverpool stay where they are.
Compared us to Crystal Palace, Terrace.
I understand that. Please, the point I'm making is that if you're a betting man, you have got faith in Chelsea because you are a diehard Chelsea fan who has very blue tinted glasses, and that's what I love and respect about you, Ches. But as a betting person, with Michael Edwards running Liverpool, with what Chelsea have been through in the last few years, having not challenged for a league title in 7 years, you can't. There is no logic to suggest that the odds on Chelsea being better than Liverpool in a year's time are higher than the other way around.
2 years.
To debunk
what I mean is, it's next. I'm talking about Paddy's point, which is next summer he could get a move to a club that's in a better position. So it's a year's time, but then by the end of that second year, you think Chelsea will be better. So I get your point. Chelsea could be better than them, but it's not impossible. But this is the difference. I don't want to get into polarized conversations. It isn't about impossible or guaranteed to happen because that's crazy conversations. It's the likelihood. And I listen, I'm putting my own club in the category. Paddy said he could opt to stay, but I don't think he will. I think he'll join Chelsea personally.
Just quickly on what Ches was saying there about the Liverpool versus Chelsea thing. I know it's not necessarily the conversation, but using the manager as the difference. The reason why Liverpool are in better stead and will be is purely because of the system, the entire system. We have Michael Edwards back, Julian Ward is back. We have a new CEO. Versus Chelsea, who have the clown show of Todd Bowley and Clearwater, whatever the fucking called, you know what I mean? Absolute handing out 8-year contracts to beat the band. There's no strategy at Chelsea. It's pure just like, here's money, bang, 8-year, bang. There's no system. That is set up to fail and will fail. It'll all come crumbling down, even though there's not much to crumble down because it already is a shit show. But, comparing the systems, there's like Liverpool might very well, Ten Hag or Slot might be terrible. Let's be real. He could be. But, the system, the club, the setup is set up to succeed more so than Chelsea.
Well, I don't know why Liverpool is even in this convo because you have Mo Salah. So I feel like
Salah's on a rapid decline, and personally,
Salah won't be at Liverpool in a year.
Yeah, but listen, in a year, then we can have this conversation.
But that's what Paddy said, though. Sorry to cut in, Stavy, just so you don't go down. Paddy said, if I was the league, say I'd wait a year, and then maybe an Arsenal or a Liverpool comes in. So that's the
or a City.
But here's the thing. We've learned that in football, there's no guarantees. Because in a year from now, there could be another shiny toe that plays on the right wing. And Paddy's like, I want to sign him. And even Michael Edwards, whoever this player is, just say hypothetically, someone in the Premier League or in the French League or La Liga just pops up, very good right winger. And he's very similar to what to Mo Salah is. Because Mo Salah is not similar to Elise. We can all agree on that. They're both right wingers, but they play different games.
Yeah, they're different.
There could be a similar profile to Salah out there that pops up this year, and you know what? And Edwards goes like, you know what? Let's go sign this player, especially from the Dutch league, because Slot can look at the Dutch league like, you know what? Go get me this right winger. So at least to risk it and to wait a whole year to get the Liverpool. No disrespect though. What makes me think his dream is even to play for Liverpool? And by the way, I'm not saying that means his dream is to play for Chelsea or United, but it might not even be worth it for him to wait a whole year to wait on a club that we don't even know if he wants to go to.
What Liverpool got to offer, man?
No, but my mate. Well, you're right. You're right.
What does the club really do? Like, what does the club really do other than like become second, do a 2.0 of Arsenal? What do you really do?
We just won everything in the last 5 years.
I'm saying, what do you really do?
We're a historic club.
2 years. You didn't. When you were saying it, you didn't believe what you were saying.
Ches, sorry. Did you just say what can Liverpool offer?
I said over Chelsea in 2 years. That's the conversation, right?
Well, they got Mike Edwards running their football club.
Me going,
so let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you this question then. Okay, let me ask you this question. Where do you honestly think Chelsea will be at the beginning of next season?
Next season, I think we'll be definitely within top 4. And I think we'll look to push on to challenge for the league. Doesn't mean we're going to win it. Doesn't mean we're going to be able to win it. But I think we could push ourselves to be in that conversation. So Arsenal's trajectory 2 years ago was where it was, and now 2 years later,
all right, now. Okay.
I want a similar kind of thing, but to win something along the way.
You're talking about Arne Slot coming into Liverpool and nothing being a sure thing. What does Enzo Maresca? What has he done?
The same conversation.
He won the championship with a Premier League team. I could have managed Leicester and we would have won the league. I'm telling you now. Like, it's not and he was also 16 points clear and nearly bottled it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's in. Of course, I would be. I'd buy everyone. I'd buy everyone McDonald's. I'd keep them incentivized. But no, I just think Chelsea fans just have this arrogance. Like, you were fighting relegation for parts of this season. You are in complete disarray.
I'm a Liverpool fan. Arrogance. That's hardly.
Well, who do you support? Chelsea as well.
Yeah, so
our Liverpool fans aren't arrogant.
It's funny saying Liverpool fans accusing other fans of being arrogant. Jesus.
Yeah, but we have fair enough.
You're our most arrogant fan base going.
No, they're not. No
Arsenal
way.
Yeah,
Arsenal are the most arrogant.
Yeah, we can all agree. Arsenal are the worst.
Relax.
Let me just ask you a question, Andrew. You're a Chelsea fan. Do you agree with what Ches is saying, that Chelsea will be a better prospect and a better team than Liverpool over the next 2 years?
I can't back what Ches says because my biggest question mark is the manager still. So I can't back what Ches says. It's exciting to be linked to players, but my biggest question mark will always be the manager. You can't tell me, people tell me, go look what Maresca did at Leicester. That doesn't apply to Chelsea. It doesn't matter what he did at Leicester because he's playing with better players and he's in a bigger league and he's under more pressure. So don't tell me what he did at Leicester because that's the most physically demanding league you play in Europe. You play 46 games, you play midweek constantly. So I think I'm optimistic, but I'm also, Staffy knows this, I'm very realistic when it comes to Chelsea. I don't overhype the players and I don't overhype the manager. It's a wait and see for me. Ask me again after the transfer window and ask me again after about 10 league games where we are. Then I'll tell you. So.
I hear you.
This is why I'm shocked. This is why I'm shocked that. Sorry, Terry, but this is why I'm shocked that Shez even said. He basically is guaranteeing top 4 next year for Chelsea when we're still in June.
I expect it.
Like, how could you say something like that in June? You don't know what's gonna happen.
The difference.
I have no idea how we're gonna look like in August.
I hear what you man are saying. Everyone's going, "Oh, how can you predict these things?" Yeah, football is very cyclical. It changes very quickly. So you guys are right in saying, "How can you believe that?" You might be vindicated. Chelsea might end at mid-table, sit next year, and I'm going, crap. This is as bad as maybe it could be.
It's not about it being. It's not about it being cyclical.
What I'm saying is,
you could be right, you could be wrong, but you haven't seen a ball be kicked by your new manager and team yet. So how do you have any idea how good it's going to be?
The way you ask me questions, I want to answer. My expectation and why I project might not be what actually happens. Well, that's just what I kind of expect. So the club is also expecting the same thing. This isn't just what I believe; it's what the club believes. So if I'm saying I believe they're going to turn it around, which you've heard me say, then I have to believe what they're saying to me. Now, if they're wrong, I'll call them up for being wrong, and I'll lower my standards according to what I see on the pitch. But if they're saying to me they want to hire a manager and they get a guy from the Championship, and the expectations are still top 4 on the trophy, then that's also going to be what my remit is. And basically,
did you also agree with Maresca when he said he's going to compete for the league? Because
that's just paper talk. I didn't believe that at all.
No, but here's the thing, Ches. Projections. You cannot project. Projections are a little bit more based on like factual evidence. Like I could project something based on like, what I currently see.
Last season?
I'm sorry.
How many points were Chelsea of top 4 last season?
I don't know. 8? You told me.
No, like 5.
But the only thing I'm confused about, Ches, and I want to get to the quiz in a minute, but there's a different. A minute ago, you're guaranteeing where Chelsea are going to be. Now you're saying it's just your expectation. So what is it? Is it your belief of where they're going to be, or where you hope they are?
I wasn't that clever in my words. I can be if you wanted me to be. What I said is that top 4 is what I want and I expect to be next season, where I want to be. Then you said, can you challenge in 2 years? I said, I want to be consolidating that position, then to push on in that next year coming round. Okay, so that's based on what I believe the squad can be and where I sit at right now. People go to me, your squad's not top 4, it's mid-table, but like Staffy just said, the maths, so we're 5 points behind 4th, and we were mid-table for factually 19 games of the season. Now, I don't believe my team's a mid-table team. So if I don't believe that and we can get 5 points off 4th in the second half of the season, I'm just basing off that, why in the next season I think the trajectory will go upwards rather than stagnate. That's it.
Okay. I'm going to do a few super chats before we put the quiz up on the board. This is Ches is smoking pure hopium, and Chelsea fans like to call Arsenal fans deluded. Is what Wayne says here. Jish says at least they will never go to Chelsea if Arsenal or Chelsea United come in. Chelsea is club which will only go downwards now that the Russian blood money has gone. I don't think. Listen, it's a hard one to tell on that. This is from Andre. Says never seen Michael Edwards succeed with any other manager other than Klopp. I don't know what other manager. I don't know how to answer that because I've not seen him have any other managers at Liverpool. But we'll see this time round. It'll be the next. First time he's got a new manager. I suppose.
Did he work with Monaco or something like that, or was it a different person?
He was at Tottenham.
Yeah, well, you can't blame him for not winning there. Like you, literally, Usain Bolt would have lost all the 100-meter finals if he had a Spurs shirt on. Do you know what I mean? That's how it would have gone.